Priority mail, certified, international.
And the mailman picks it up.
I don't leave the shop anymore.
Get a 4-week trial plus $100 in extras, including postage and a digital scale. Go to stamps.com/TV and never go to the post office again.
Her accessory company was booming, so it was time to hire the right sales reps. What she learned can help your small business. And Main Street, East Greenwich, Rhode Island gears up for Small Business Saturday. Find out what they're doing to get customers to shop local. Coming up next on Your Business.
Small businesses are revitalizing the economy, and American Express Open is here to help. That's why we are proud to present Your Business on MSNBC.
I'm JJ Ramberg, and welcome to Your Business, the show that champions entrepreneurship and gives you tips and advice to help your small business grow. Selling a product or a service that you've created, one that's your baby, can be easy because it comes straight from your heart. Getting other people to sell it with as much passion, well, that's a big ask. Today, we introduce you to the company La Loupe and its founder, Elizabeth Farrow, who had to learn the trick to hiring good sales reps. When Elizabeth Farrow first started her company La Loupe in 2000, she did all the selling herself.
We were creating a category, and the only person who could explain that and convince retailers of that was me.
La Loupe takes functional products and makes them stylish. Its signature product is this necklace, which doubles as a glasses holder. Elizabeth created it after losing her 5th pair of sunglasses in a year. When she went to a fancy Madison Avenue store to find an accessory to help her, all she could find were
old-fashioned granny leashes, and couldn't quite believe that this was all that was on the market. And so we came up with this product.
La Loupe started to take off. Elizabeth got them into that Madison Avenue store, and they were featured as a great gift for mom in the New York Times.
And in that week, between the time it was New York Times to Mother's Day, that store sold 1,000 La Loupes.
Word got around. Celebrities started wearing them. Other stores started calling. And it was clear to Elizabeth that she couldn't handle this on her own.
As we started selling to all these stores, I realized that I couldn't be in all of these places. And so much of the work I do is training stores how to sell the product. I have 3 children and like to, see them from time to time. So finding salespeople was crucial to the growth of my business.
Finding just any old salesperson is easy, but finding the right salesperson, that takes a lot of work. Elizabeth started talking to store managers to see who they liked working with.
Because if the store has a close relationship with the sales rep and wants them in their store, likes working with them, then that's a sales rep I want to work with.
But so does everyone else. So before getting a rep to sell La Loupe, Elizabeth first had to sell them on working for the company.
The good ones, you have to court, and you have to share your story, and you have to make them want you.
Rodney Huringa was one of those good ones. He joined La Loupe early on.
I imagine a lot of companies approach you and want you to sell their products because you are successful. So how did La Loupe get you to come on when you had so many other choices?
Well, it really was about Elizabeth and her passion for the product and the fact that she was really showing me something that was new and different.
And even once Elizabeth was able to recruit talent, her sales job to the salespeople wasn't over. She says it never really is.
If you have sales reps who are selling, 3, 5, 10, 20 other products, how do you get them to focus on your product as much as you need them to?
That is really what we think about every day, and they're independent sales So they manage their own businesses, but we have to make sure that we stay top of mind. And so when they go into a store and work with a retailer, you know, you want to make sure that they're showing your collection first.
At the root of every sale, whether it's to get reps on board, getting stores to carry the product, or ultimately getting a customer to buy one, is the story of La Loupe. How it started, how wearing one makes you feel, and why Elizabeth cares so much about it.
At the end of the day, what's most important is that that end customer feels that same passion and that same oomph, I guess, fire for the product that we have.
And because that story is so important, everyone agrees. No matter how great the sales rep, there's something about the founder that gets everyone's attention.
When you sell to a new retailer or have a new line, is it helpful for you to have Elizabeth with you?
Always. You know, Elizabeth brings a certain cachet when she comes in because now she is the source.
We live in a world where people want to identify with things now. They want to have more of a personal connection to things that they're going to invest in rather than knowing that they're just buying some mass-produced piece of whatever, you know, that they can get anywhere. They want to know that something is special and they want to feel as if it's something that they can make a personal connection to for a long time.
To deal with this, Elizabeth came up with a new solution: videos.
The videos explain who we are. They talk about, you know, how to sell La Loupe in the store. They talk about the materials we use. They talk about, you know, how to merchandise the product. You know, they share our story.
It's like taking Elizabeth out on the road with me, for one.
Through these videos, store managers say they're better able to understand the brand.
You can feel Elizabeth's passion, you know, just through a lens. So you connect with that immediately, and you share that, and that's what it's all about, is really sharing that.
You know, even through just that little video, it connects to the product, you know, and I feel like they get to know her, like she's their friend and they're supporting their friend.
Today, La Loupe is in more than 1,000 stores worldwide and growing. And Elizabeth says that while she has a team of people to go into stores for her, she'll never give up selling herself. Why not?
I absolutely love it. There's something just thrilling that keeps me on the edge of my seat. And, you know, I just think at the end of the day, it connects me more to the end customer.
As Elizabeth found out, it's important not to just hire any salesperson, but someone who really understands and embraces what they're selling. Let's now turn to this week's board of directors. Heather Thomson is the creator of the shapewear line Yummie by Heather. She's also one of the Real Housewives of New York City, which you can see on Bravo. And Riva Lisansky is the CEO of Grow Biz Media, a company specializing in covering small business and entrepreneurship. Great to see both of you. So Heather, you are a perfect person to talk about this because when you started your company, you hired independent sales reps.
I did.
And did you have to churn through a bunch of them to get the good ones?
Yes, absolutely. She really nailed it perfectly, is that you have to find the good ones, and the good ones you have to court. And you have to be able to sell a salesperson. You know, as the business owner, you have to breathe the fire. You have to have the passion so that they want a piece of that passion.
Okay, Riva, so talking about money, how do you incentivize people through money, or no, is that kind of a losing game in the end?
People go into sales because they want to make money, right? So I don't think you can ever go wrong with incentivizing through money, but I think it's also making them part of this adventure, you know, particularly when you're introducing a new product. It's you get to be part of this pioneering team that's going to bring this product to stores throughout America or throughout the world. So I think if you get them wrapped up in their in making an impact, that really helps as well.
I think also, Riva, this idea, and you said bringing part of a team, is it's not just you have these salespeople, you send them off, but you're constantly in touch with them and making them feel like they're not independent, but rather they're part of your company.
Correct. Exactly. I think that particularly in the early stages, and that could be the first 5 years or something, sort of like she said, go on a sales call with them, and then video, I think, is a brilliant idea. So it's you and them together. You're not just sort of casting off this manufacturer's rep.
Tell me, Heather, you started, I imagine you sold yourself when you first started your company, and 100%. Then you brought on your first sales rep. What was it like, and how did you make sure the first time that person went off on their own that they're representing you the way you want to be represented?
Well, I didn't send them off on their own right away. I hired them because this the most important hire in a new business, you know, is a person that's going to go spread your message. So we worked together. So I was a one-man show until I hired my first sales rep, and then we became a team. And so we did a lot of it together. And when she could finish my sentences and speak my speak, I knew that she was ready to
fly. And now you have everyone in-house.
Yes.
So how did you make the decision?
Not an easy decision. Really not an easy decision at all, because you work with independent reps and as they build the brand and build the business. But when you're dealing with department stores and the department store business, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made corporately. And what happens is an independent rep keeps having to check back in with the mothership. So eventually, when you're growing your business and you get to a certain volume, it's important to bring all that inside for the same reasons that we were talking about, is really being part of the family truly.
All right. Okay. Heather and Reva, thanks so much. As we were just talking about, selling is not easy, but it is one of the key skills that every entrepreneur must master to grow their business. Here now are 5 sales books that every entrepreneur should read, courtesy of YFS Magazine.
1. Spin Selling by Neil Rackman. With real-world examples, graphics, and case studies, better understand why you might want to reconsider traditional sales methods. 2. Secrets of Closing the Sale by Zig Ziglar. Whether your company is selling products or services, you can find out key information on closing even the most difficult sales. 3. What Great Salespeople Do by Mike Bosworth. Get tips on selling skills and training based on research from various industries. It's a great beginner's guide for entrepreneurs new to sales. 4. Advanced Selling Strategies by Brian Tracy. Drawing from his own successful sales career, Brian Tracy shares ways you too can follow in his footsteps. And 5, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Learn how to make people like you and how to deal with people so that they can feel important and appreciated.
Like many Americans out there, small business owners are having trouble with the problems associated with implementing the Affordable Care Act. Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius and other administration officials revealed that the federal website letting small business owners shop for health plans won't be ready until late November. Meanwhile, some small business owners are getting a rude awakening. Despite assurances from the White House that people could keep their current plans, many small business owners are getting cancellation notices because their current plans don't comply with the new law. Helping us try and sort all of this out today is Tom Hart. He is the president of the National Association of Health Underwriters and the president of Landmark Benefits Incorporated. And Steve Roper is the president of Roper Insurance and Financial Services. Great to see both of you.
Thank you. Good morning.
So, Tom, let me start with you, and let me give you the first scenario. I am a company, and I have less than 50. I don't have to provide insurance, but I would like to. I'm not currently providing it. What do I do?
Well, my first recommendation to any one of those small businesses across the country is don't go to healthcare.gov first. The technical aspects of healthcare.gov between now and the end of November are uncertain at best. The best approach for any small business and, quite frankly, any individual is find a local agent or broker who can help them navigate through the challenges of the healthcare system and help them find the most economic solution for their employees and their dependents. But even more importantly, helping to make sure that whatever physician or provider that they have for their healthcare is part of their network.
Got it. Okay, so Steve, this doesn't sound so different than what I would have done last year if I were a small business under 50 people and wanted to provide insurance for my employees.
With the Affordable Care Act that did come out, they have the exchanges set up. 17 states, Colorado being one, have set up their own exchanges, and all of them actually are faring a lot better than the government site. And so, but it is very confusing, as Tom mentioned. The one thing that to keep in mind, as which the average public does not know, is brokers are a free service. So insurance brokers out there, they are dedicated to their clients, and they're helping clients to find what's right and exactly right for them.
But Steve, indeed, if you are a small business and you do go on one of these exchanges, you can get a tax credit, right?
You can, but a broker can help you actually get the tax credit. And the IRS has a great website set up where you can actually calculate, or actually your broker can help you calculate what that tax credit would be for you and your employees to see how much it would be.
That brings up a question that we had received on Facebook. I'm just going to read it to you now from Sherry. She writes, I and my husband are self-employed business owner-operators. We are self-insured. Is it better to continue with my regular insurance company, Highmark, or go to the government site? How do you answer that person, Tom?
Well, every individual has a separate circumstance, and there's no true single answer that is best for any person across the country. The fact is, health insurance is complicated, and it's ever more complicated today than it was 15 years ago. So you have to go through a comprehensive process, regardless if you're a single individual, small business, or large business, to explore all of your options. Whether you're self-insured or fully insured, you have to really go through the process to figure that out.
What's the benefit of me getting insurance through one of the exchanges or otherwise versus just telling my employees, okay, now you can go to the exchange individually?
Starting January 1st, it is law due to the ACA that every individual in America has to purchase insurance. So whether you get it through your employer, which in the past most people have gotten their insurance through employers, or now where people can go out and buy guaranteed issue individual coverage through the exchange, and they're looking at getting subsidies. So a lot of people will be able to get their individual insurance with a large subsidy, paying a large percentage of their insurance costs, which is very, very beneficial.
I am a company. I don't want to actually have the headache of providing insurance for my employees, but I would like to help them with it because I want to help them out. I don't have the manpower to deal with the logistics of it. Is there a way that makes financial sense that I could provide my employees with some money that they can go out to the exchanges to get their own insurance?
Well, first of all, that particular employer is the exception, not the rule. Most small employers, including myself, prefer and enjoy to provide comprehensive employee benefits to their employees. But at the same time, for that particular employer that wants to provide access to affordable and accessible health insurance, yes, they can work through the compensation systems that they provide to their employees so that they can provide some necessary funds in order to have access to the health insurance. But at the same time, an employer can't do it by themselves. And quite frankly, if an employer doesn't understand the challenges of health care reform and the complicated aspects of health insurance, then neither is their employees. And it gets back to the original point, that finding a local agent or broker to help navigate the complexities of health care reform, compliance, wellness programs, and quite frankly, trying to provide the best value for health insurance, you really have to see a local agent or broker who can help you navigate through that process. And like Steve said, NAHU.org has a Find an Agent feature that lists all 50 states of agents and brokers who are qualified and competent and professional to help with all those challenges.
All right, Tom and Steve, thank you for helping us mine through this issue. It is incredibly complicated, and we're just at the beginning of it. So hopefully it will get less complicated as we go on. Thanks so much for joining us. When we come back, Heather and Reba will answer your business questions. They'll tell us what they think about a viewer who says women business owners are harder to win over than men. And small business owners on Main Street in East Greenwich, Rhode Island come up with some great ways to get customers to shop local on Small Business Saturday.
This is how we do, yeah. Chillin' laid back, street steppin', yeah, we do it like that.
Saturday, November 30th is Small Business Saturday. American Express wants to remind you to get out and support the great local businesses that make your neighborhood a neighborhood.
Building animatronics is all about getting things to work together. Timing, the actions, the reactions. Everything has to sync up. My expenses are no different.
Receipt Match on the Business Gold Rewards card synchronizes your business expenses. Just shoot your business card receipts, and they're automatically matched up with the charges on your online statement.
I'm John Kaplan, and I'm a member of a synchronized world.
This is what membership is. This is what membership does.
A new survey by small business site Mantha shows 50% of small business owners are maintaining their current sales strategies for the shortened holiday season by starting promotions earlier, leveraging social media, and increasing email marketing. 22% of respondents said promotions like Small Business Saturday are making a difference in their business. So, What do some entrepreneurs have in mind to get customers to shop local? We go to East Greenwich, Rhode Island to find out what small business owners there are doing to attract customers on November 30th.
It's really the small stores, the boutiques, the restaurants, the services, and those are what keep everything going every day.
After almost 6 years on Main Street in East Greenwich, Rhode Island, Lois Hollingsworth, the owner of Zuzu's Petals, knows how crucial shopping local is to her community.
The people here are so supportive of the town in general. They're supportive of the small businesses.
Susan Swan, Green Door for 23 years, agrees.
It is our lifeline. Without the support of the locals, we wouldn't be here.
And so does Courtney Calcione. Her boutique, David Max, is one of the newest businesses on the block.
It's about time that everyone started supporting the small business. You are supporting your neighborhood.
And that's why all 3 business owners are prepping for Saturday, November 30th.
Small Business Saturday, I think, is a great reminder to other customers, a different customer base as well. It lets them know that we're here.
Here are some of the plans that they have in mind for attracting customers.
And we're going to have a few demonstrations in, probably someone that's doing jewelry. We might have someone doing wood. We'll have someone doing crochet. And I'm trying to get some music in.
We will, of course, have in-store promotions and sales. We'll have probably cookies.
We are going to give away to all of our customers who spend $50 or more a $25 holiday surprise bag. And if you spend $100 or more, you get a $50 holiday surprise bag.
Courtney, Lois, and Susan aren't alone either.
If people didn't shop local, we'd have empty doors.
Business owners up and down Main Street will be marking the start of the holiday shopping season.
They are going to find local designers that I showcase here, as well as price point items that will be affordable to pretty much everybody.
We will be offering free refreshments, a gift with purchase, and some flowers for the ladies. We really make it a destination location.
Events like Small Business Saturday are a welcome addition to what used to be a quieter life on Main Street.
It has changed dramatically from me being one of the only people on the street to one of many now, and the company is wonderful. So we just hope it keeps increasing.
Eloquence Jewelers owner Daniel Lance says the day has only boosted his business.
It's been good. The traffic's been good. Every year it's been a little bit better than the year before.
And Iris Giswaldi says in her 26 years, she's noticed a change for the better. She hopes the shop local movement in East Greenwich is here to stay.
It's just unbelievable. When I first came on Main Street, you could not have believed the stores were here and there. Nothing like it is now. It's fabulous. You should definitely shop local. This is where you want to be, and you want to keep us in business.
Time now to answer some of your business questions. Heather and Reva are with us once again. This first one is about the reach of your personal brand.
I believe that there are 3 elements to a personal brand: likability, your celebrity, and how much value you bring to customers or prospects. What are some other aspects of personal brand that can be used to increase one's personal brand?
Reva, I want to start with you because I know you've written a lot on personal brand. And do you separate personal brand from your company's brand? Maybe that's a good way to start thinking about this.
Well, I think a lot of it depends on what your company is, but I think in one sense you're the same, and so you have to be really cognizant of that what you're representing is also representing your company. I think a big part of personal brand is authenticity, so you have to kind of live and breathe your own brand, but if you want to set yourself apart from that, it gets it's hard. Social media today, you have to be really careful that because you're seen as representing your company, drunk tweeting, Facebook party pictures, you have to almost monitor yourself as if you're a politician to make sure that there's nothing that's going to kind of conflict between who you are as a person and who you want your business to be.
Well, and that's hard. I mean, you have a personal brand, right? You're on this show on Bravo, and you have this business brand.
Yeah.
Do you think of it as a personal brand?
No, I don't at all. I mean, it's to me, in a way, it's kind of a new age like moniker for branding, like a personal brand. Like you've got to start with a need. You know, what are you building a brand for? There has to be a need out there. What are you starting your business for? There has to be a reason. So then who you are as the person, like we said when we saw before, the founder was so important to the salespeople because there's that personal connection. I am my brand and my brand is me. And no matter what I become or go on to be in my life, Yummie is always going to be a part of who I am. And that will never change. And you're right. I mean, I have to be careful. I'm on a reality show. You know, I want to make sure that I stand for, what I stand for, and who I am comes clearly across no matter what I do.
Right, because ultimately people are going to connect with you, and as you were saying before, Reba, too, people connect with you, and as a result, they will want to buy your product.
Right, 100%. And personally, on the reality show, someone may like what I stand for and like what I say, and then say, oh, I'm going to go check out her product. But then there's someone who's already been buying my product that when they're looking at me on the show, they want to make sure that's the girl that I bought into.
Right.
So I think that they really go hand in hand, and it's very important.
Okay, next question is a question about a problem with attracting certain customers.
We work so well with the men, where men are signing up to be members to engage in their personal brand, where with women, not so much. Could you give us some advice in regards of how do we engage with women founders?
Well, I mean, she's a woman, so I'd ask her, what do you think you're doing wrong? You know, are you speaking to a woman? Are you asking people who have come but haven't signed up that are female, like, what are we missing? I think it's important to ask those questions. You know, it's, again, hard for me to understand, like, what are they selling? Personal brand. Like, you know, you walk into the showroom, what's in there?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, for me, it's a difficult term.
And so, Reba, what this also brings up to me is, okay, if you are getting men and not women, should you even be concentrating on women? Maybe your product is just for men.
Maybe your product is just for men, but in this particular case, I went on their website and I looked. It's not very female friendly. They have this one placard that says, you know, what's your expertise? And there's 5 men in the picture. So if you want to cater to women, you have to build a place, whether it's online or in person, where women feel comfortable. Women also tend to do a little bit more research than men before they sign on to something. So they're going to be going on your website or doing some research, and you want to create this place where they feel they're going to be taken care of.
Well, Heather and Reba, great to see you both. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Great advice, you guys. Now, Heather and Reba always have some really helpful advice about how to improve your business, but now it's your turn. Here are some great ideas from small business owners like you.
Have quality content on your website, content that flows and is clear, and maintain control of your online assets, passwords, databases, accounts.
We have a painting for top sales team on the wall. When they hit the great numbers, we do a painting for them, and which is a great big one, and put on the walls so that they know the company cared about them. So they will be more motivated to hit the numbers again.
You need to have a tagline or a title on your business card that makes people ask you a question. My tagline on my business card is, I'm the Chief Naval Officer. So people always want to know, what is that? My tagline for my company is, it's your sexy little secret. So of course they want to know what my sexy little secret is.
The sales proposal is often your last attempt to lock down a potential client. If you're looking to send proposals that stand out from the rest, check out our website of the week. Proposable.com helps you create web-based sales proposals tailored to your business's needs. You can easily embed videos and pictures, and the software comes with templates if you don't want to start from scratch. Once you're finished, a private URL is sent to the potential customer. You can also see when and for how long your client views the file. Thanks, everyone, so much for joining me today. You can find out more about today's show on our website. It is openforum.com/yourbusiness. You'll find all of today's segments, plus web-exclusive content with a lot more information to help your business grow. You can also follow us on Twitter. It's at MSNBC Your Biz. And please do not forget to become a fan Facebook. Next week, the changing face of entrepreneurial workspaces. Members-only clubs are popping up all over the country, helping startups get their businesses off the ground by offering education, mentorship, and community. Plus, with Small Business Saturday approaching, we go to Manchester, New Hampshire, where one entrepreneur's online bridal registry is getting customers to skip the big box stores and shop local for that happy couple. Till then, I'm JJ Ramberg, and remember, we make your business our business.
Saturday, November 30th is Small Business Saturday. American Express wants to remind you to get out and support the great local businesses that make your neighborhood a neighborhood.
Building animatronics is all about getting things to work together. Timing, the actions, the reactions. Everything has to sync up. My expenses are no different.
Receipt match.